Now, I just finished talking to a neighbor, the man that you actually just saw right there on your screen. He is a neighbor, and he says that his home was broken into on Sunday about 4:30 in the morning. He says a man entered his home, put a gun to his head, and proceeded to break into his house. He says that there's no doubt in his mind that these two are related, but police will obviously investigate that. Reporting live in Huber Heights, I'm Nicole Grigg. Now, we just finished talking with firefighters. They say that everyone made it out safe. Firefighters are safe, and that tonight this turned out to be a very lucky outcome for them. People who were inside the complex say that fire alarms did go off, so definitely a factor in helping get these people out safe. Reporting live in Xenia, I'm Nicole Grigg. Yeah, it was very busy down here. We're actually at the very end of the voting process. People are still coming up this escalator. They're downstairs voting. The doors closed at 5 o'clock, but there were a couple hundred people up here, so it took them a while to get through the line, so they're still trickling up the escalators to leave. Now, election officials say 2,100 people voted in 4 hours today, so it has been crazy. A test you can do at home is to take a toy, an empty toilet paper roll. If it falls through, then it's too small. Right now, the robot is taking a picture of my face and my body. If I start to move, it's going to follow me. If I turn around, it's going to continue.
Nicole Grigg is live in Moraine where it all ended. Nicole?
Hi guys, yeah, we're right along Springboro Pike and Dorothy Lane. This sand right here, this is actually the exact location where this 20-year-old man slammed right into a patrol car that was chasing him. Hi guys, yeah, right now we're actually at the memorial site of Corey Cooper. A few candles still lit tonight. There are flowers. Someone left a card, a monster. Corey must have loved Monster, his football number 22, laying right there. This is just a small way for people to remember Corey and Christina, but tonight nearly 200 people here. It just goes to show you how loved these two really were. The site has since been taken down because it was bought out by anti-cyber bulliers. They say it is their mission to take down all sites with any relevance. A big talker on social media was how the moderator corrected Mitt Romney tonight. They say that that just shows that the moderator was too active in tonight's debate. For a Democratic reaction, let's send it over to Liza Damper. Kevin Reed kneels down reading the Bible, thankful to be able to do so today.
I am so blessed with, everything that I've dealt through my childhood to now.
Today, Kevin is a youth pastor getting ready for service tomorrow night to host a room full of kids. His life hasn't always been picture perfect. At the age of 13, Kevin became depressed. He thought he was the reason for his parents fighting.
I always felt it was my fault. Because, if it was financials, and I know sometimes I ran a phone bill up or it cost for me to play sports.
He says he felt alone, like he had no one to turn to, so he thought he'd take, as he calls, the easy way out.
Just a bottle of Tylenol, take a bottle of Tylenol, and then find more Tylenol and just take them, thinking it would do something.
Kevin isn't alone, though, when it comes to thoughts of suicide. In Montgomery County, there's been at least 80 suicides this year. That's double the amount of injury car crashes. OSP has responded to 35 deaths so far this year on Montgomery County roads. One reason why there could be less fatal accidents is because more is being done at trauma centers to help save lives. Suicide has become an epidemic across the country and here in Montgomery County, most of them men in their 50s. And the coroner's office says it's not just certain times of the year.
It's kind of a myth that it clusters around holidays, I think, just because they get attention. We tend to run relatively constant from month to month.
The Suicide Prevention Center here is receiving around 4,000 calls a month with people thinking or threatening killing themselves.
When it reaches epidemic proportions, it is no longer a mental health issue. It is a public health issue that we should all be looking at and everybody should be doing something about.
For Ken, he found what was missing in his life, a relationship with his father. Today, he has a wife and 3 kids. He says it's his past suicidal thoughts that have given him the strength to help others and be thankful for every day.
So many people thank God for the gifts that they have and thank God for everything, but I thank God for the struggles I had too, because it made me strengthen, it grew me.
Nicole Grigg, Fox 45 News.
These kids wouldn't be.
Songs of praise. Dominique Wooten has been singing since the age of 2.
Love singing.
And has been lifting her voice at the Triumphant Church for the past year.
Anytime I'm feeling bad, singing is just it helps me all the time.
Last month, $7,000 was stolen from the pastor's home while he was at church preaching and Dominique was busy singing. That money was for a new church building.
Just kind of said we have faith and we know that God is going to make a way.
With the money gone, the church did what they do best. Within the past month, more than $10,000 has come in from other churches and members of the community, enough for the new building.
He's still working for his people. Everything just kind of fell into place, so I know that we still serve an awesome God.
For Dominique, she knows that was the light from above, allowing her to shine in her new place of worship. The sound of the organ fills the Westminster Presbyterian Church. Every Sunday, more than 500 people fill the pews to sing and worship. The church sits at the corner of First and Wilkinson.
Quite a good percentage of the congregation comes in using Route 75. First Street exits, both north and south access, are going to be impacted by this.
The church is just one of a dozen places in the downtown area that will be affected come October when the 1st, 3rd, and 2nd Street ramps close.
Traffic patterns do affect where people go. And if it becomes a little more inconvenient, well, for some people, they won't try to navigate that.
The Ohio Department of Transportation held public meetings today about this final phase of the I-75 project through downtown.
This is an area of the interstate that people, have to remember is 50 years old. So the structure itself is starting to deteriorate and it just needs a facelift. It needs to be redone.
This virtual video shows what the interstate will look like in 2017. There will be 3 continuous lanes, no more left exit lanes, and will help make a safer commute.
We like to think, the faithful followers will still find a way, and they will.
The church doors will be open with a hope that their music will drain out the traffic woes. Nicole Grigg, Fox 45 News. Hi guys, family and friends gathered here today to remember the 15-year-old. Now everyone who came to the funeral got these stickers today to remember his face. Balloons sent into the night sky, glowing with messages.
I'm going to tell you from an honest heart, pray. Pray over your children every day. Don't stop.
Dozens came to remember the life of 15-year-old Brian Mendenhall. He was one of 3 teens killed this past weekend in a car accident in Darke County. The other 2, Justice Meade and Austin Meade, 16-year-old cousins.
If I didn't know that he was getting in that car, I would have prayed harder for him and the boys that was with him.
Brian's grandma says the young teen, who was so full of life, wanted nothing more than his license.
He was only like 4 foot tall and looked like he was 8, and I kept saying, there's no way, Brian, you can get your driver's license because you wouldn't be able to see over the steering wheel.
She says her grandson was a fighter, born with a medical complication with his stomach.
At the time they did the surgery, they came out and said, we don't know if he's going to live to be 5 months old, but he made it.
And in his 15.5 years, you can see the impact Brian left on so many.
If Brian could have said, pick me to be the message, he would have said that, pick me.
Brian's grandmother lets go of her balloon, but not the memories.
I think God's going to take this and turn a lot of hearts and lives and touch them. And Brian would have wanted that.
Authorities say speed was most likely the factor in this crash. The family says they plan to have a candlelight vigil for all those who lost their lives in the coming weeks. Reporting live in Greenville, I'm Nicole Grigg.